And then the last one is resilience. Resilience. Bouncing back when bad things happen to you. We all experience bad things.
Right.
All of us do. But how we respond. Dr. King said it like this, and I don't want to misquote him, but he said the measure of a man is not found when things are going well, but the measure of a man is found in moments of adversity.
Absolutely.
So who we are is not defined until we go through something.
Right.
And so I think that the situation with my son was a defining moment for many people.
Right on. Now, something I did find interesting, it was just powerful. I went back and did a little reading. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but now I remember reading where you had actually looked at the young man or spoke to, or you conveyed and painted for me, you forgave him. You openly, that's powerful. If you don't mind, paint that for me.
Robert's killed in January 2008. They catch him within 30 to 45 minutes. He's locked up, going to court, continuance. Around January of 2009, he agrees to plead guilty to a lesser charge, which was second-degree murder. In a month and a half after that, he is to be sentenced. And so at the sentencing hearing, he has the opportunity to speak, and he stands there and he speaks and he says, I'm sorry. And then he says, I hope that someday I'll be as good of a guy as your son was. And so we had the opportunity to speak to him before the judge pronounced his sentence. And I remember standing up and talking to him. Man, I was so nervous. I really was, and I didn't sleep because I was anticipating this moment. I remember holding the paper in my hand, and I told him, I said, I forgive you. And I called him by name. I said, I forgive you for killing my son. But how I started it, I said, what do I say to the man who has killed my only son? And then I go through this, I say, I will not hold hatred and bitterness in my heart towards you. Because if I do and do not forgive you, then God will not forgive me. And I was honest, I was earnest in that, in what I said. And so I extended forgiveness to him. Fast forward 2 years later, I have an older brother that's locked up. I'm visiting him and my family. We are visiting and we're talking. And it's a lot of us at the table, so I need another chair, so I reach over and grab another chair. And at that table is a young man who killed my son, visiting his mom. I speak, I say, hey, how you doing? I come back, and I finish my visit. I'm talking to my brother. After he finishes his visit, he comes over and he talks, and so we talked for a couple of minutes, really quick, and it was, I remember thinking to myself, I said it in the courtroom, I said, I forgive you, but now that we're face to face, I see how I react, and I see that this is really real. Forgiveness is something you deal with on a daily basis. It's not something, okay, I do it, but then that can change. But I realized that God had done, that's the work that God had done in me, and the work that he completed in me, and he's still working on me. I'm not there yet,
right. But
the work that he is completing in me is the fact that I can extend forgiveness. My heart, the first time I saw this kid in the courtroom, I see he's a kid, man, 18-year-old boy comes in the courtroom, and I started crying. I started crying, and the reason I started crying was because there was a conflict in my mind. And the conflict was, I'm waiting to see this monster who killed my son, but I see this kid, and my heart is missing my son, but in my head I'm feeling sorry for this kid.
Right.
You're talking about confusion there.
Right.
So I thank God for the experience. I wouldn't have chosen this. I wouldn't have signed up for this. You sign up for your classes.
Right.
This would not have been a class that I signed up for.
I understand. Pastor Harris, before we get you out of here, tell the people where to get the book, where we can get the book at.
Okay, the book is available Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, but it's available locally at Watermark Books. Watermark is at Douglas and Oliver.
Okay.
It sits right there on the corner of Douglas and Oliver, and so that's the local presence is right there. But you can get it anywhere in the world. I'm excited about that. I want to give you a book though. I do. That was my plan.
That is awesome.
So
Thank you very much.
there you go.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna read this, and like I said, I understand. Anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
I don't. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity to share my son with you also.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Citystreetsme.com. We're here with Pastor Riccardo Harris. His book, Misery to Motivation. This is real life, where life happens. Make sure you check him out. Get a copy. Do your thing. We're gonna get out of here. We're out of here. 1.